Hey guys, just going to do a daily recap. So we're going to go through top gainers of pre-market right here on Webull. I'm going to drag it out, slide it over here, and then go through each one. RDHL, a couple good trades on that one. It's actually going now. Yeah, a certain level I was looking for. All right, so basically right here, it ran up in pre, ran up again a little bit more in pre, broke down right before the open, did a couple maneuvers at the open, did another re-break over some Oracle level right here, and then when it broke again right here, it was like a bigger level of sitting there watching this whole trade run up. So that was probably one of the best ones right here for the intraday version of it. Definitely when you start seeing these levels come over VWAP, and then if it re-breaks VWAP, again, which it definitely just tested the area. If you look at all these areas right here, all the way across, just showing you very, very big resistance. And basically it just went up to the other Oracle resistance level. So two things, you can always drag some alerts down here. Right here, you should have also had maybe some alerts down in this area where it was going to break a resistance as well. Basically, it just tested it all morning. This one popped out for 2 minutes and broke right back down. And then it came over here. So definitely just keep looking at those things and setting your alerts at key levels, which key levels for me, you would just say VWAP. So at least let you start looking at it. And then if it can reprove itself right here. So if you just look at this right here and this little chart right here, you're basically seeing the stock going up, went over VWAP, came up, tested it one more time, and then broke through it, kind of held. It's also above that resistance level now, technically a support, and it broke one more time. So if you missed a trade, that would have been a good entry as well. And it hit target, and now it's breaking down, and we'll see if it can continue. So it could do two things. You'll see an alert set here. And then also you'll see an alert set here to catch that trade before it made the move. So just looking at that and looking at also volume to make it run up as well. And then if it can continue, that's where I would look at. But you want to make sure it tests. It'll usually go over and then come test again. So maybe the safer trader will take this one if it looks good on volume, because it just has to keep testing area. Otherwise, this was the better confluence one of here was the one over VWAP right here for that breakout of that move. And it still had a fight for a while because it hadn't held that level at all right here all the way across this morning. So that would have been a good one to look for. But just like right here, now that I have this alert, going to redraw it up here. I think it's personally overbought currently, but it could also, if it breaks down a lot, good. Right here, if it broke this level, I would short it because this is also the same level. But otherwise now, hopefully it's going to stay in this channel right there, those two yellows, which is the Oracle SNR levels. BDRX, one of our big plays today. Right here, drew basically after the first run up, got a second run up to target one, and then I was just looking for this small one, probably just like Tim Bowen. He was just looking at this 6. I think he was looking at 6. I think we all got a little bit bigger move. I got this early move at the open, and then it broke down, and I got one more move over this area right here because I said, well, if it could beat that, then it should be able to beat it, and it did come up and roared pretty strong. This one happened in 2 minutes of time. I think Rob got a big chunk of this one. Also, I got another chunk of this one right here because you start seeing it platform here, right here nicely. And then the volume came back in, drove it up. But then the volume, it's basically just testing that same area. So I didn't get all the move. I just took a little bit of this move. And then right here, I did one. I actually got in a scalp here after that halt because it went down and re-shot back up. And I'm down with that play all day long. And then it just kept testing that area. And if you look at it, that's the Oracle SNR level right there. So I'm starting to put those slowly back on my charts and see what it can do. I got this move right here. When it broke down, kind of formed up again, I took this target one, and I did take this little move there as well, and then this move right here. So if you see a couple extra Fibonacci's, just trying to catch all the little moves I can see. But in the big plan of the day, it definitely went very big. You could always draw this one up to after it hit, and it really just stayed up there. And now you start seeing the SNR levels and the Fib levels get pretty close to each other. TAR at the open, I think, did pretty good. Yeah, a little bit at the good. it was basically just we're going to go hit that trend line again. Drew that in pre-market early right here. When it hit those two, I just said, well, maybe it could hit there. It started forming, and then the volume came in, and you could add a small scalp here as well. Not that bad of a scalp because, 20 cents is a good move on any move, even if it's a dollar stock or even a $4 stock of a predictable move. The better move would have been this one when it broke VWAP and stayed up above, because it basically stayed above the 5 and the 9 EMA. Looks at MOBQ, never really broke up. We thought it might have done a little bit more here, but it just kept continuing down. And that's just because some other stock like this one comes along and takes a little notoriety from it. This is a one we traded a couple weeks ago. Apparently nothing on here. Let me go to 1 day real quick. RDHL did that. ASST, I think somebody mentioned that. All right, so here's ASST. Here's the first major run up. That's where you could have charted it and got this target one move here. If you just saw this breakdown set back up, you probably could have got that one. This exact same setup right here where it's doing this confluence of this test line. So right here, you could have got a target one and a target two out of that. This is just a larger set of fibs. And here's another one setting up right as we're speaking, because it's constantly just still sloping. So if you want to draw a trend line, I draw a trend line right here. I change colors just so I maybe look at it a little bit more. And it's just a nice slow crawl up. I don't like the slow crawls, but yes, this trade right here could have been probably the easiest one to take, this one and then this one as well right here. So let me keep looking real quick. All right. Well, that must have been a previous one that I didn't see, but no big deal. It got on the charts. I'll show you how I would chart this if I was going to trade it. Basically going back to the 1 hour. Yep. And the 1 hour, it tells me what I see. So right here, let me go ahead and get rid of this one. It's basically retrending up from that move from a couple days ago. Now it's back in a break area. So I will move up my targets. I've already missed today's move. Would have been over that move right there. You see these little humps on the 1 hour. Kind of tells you where it's going to go on the overall plan or a swing trade plan, which is a 1 hour or a 30-minute. Miss those trades, what I'm going to do is just set up 2 alerts at the top and see if it can continue, and then just ride the moves when I see the moves go the way I'm used to seeing it set up. But clearly here, if you'd have seen these setups and it would have been on your radar just over the high of the day the other day, we would have had fibs here from the high of the day of Friday and the lows of Friday. And then there's your 2 targets. So maybe you won't be trading that today because it's getting close to its 2 targets. So there's all the reads I got for me. I didn't trade all of them. I trade most of those top 2. I didn't trade those other 2, but I like to chart them. Make sure it's following what I'm used to seeing in plans and stuff like that. So just hope everybody has happy profits. Y'all have a great day.